Hi, Cancer. My name is Darlene Dotson, and this is your Destiny of Truth for April of 2021. Now, on the 1st or the 2nd, we have Venus in Pisces in the ninth house, sextiling Pluto in Capricorn in the 7th house. And you, with Pluto in the 7th house, you've been redefining your relationships. Okay. You're tearing away the dead wood, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. But you've been dealing with this. And the ninth house, with Venus there in Pisces, you're dealing with an emotional issue with someone that you love. And they could be different than you because it is the ninth house. It could be with a foreigner, could be long distance travel. It could be difference in philosophies, education, media, broadcasting, but there's some type of emotional issue with someone you love or financial issue. Okay, that's emotional in these areas of your life that is allowing you to get rid of things within relationships that no longer work for you. Then on the 3rd, we've got Mercury entering Aries in your 10th house. You're going to be communicating a little bit more forcefully and showing your power. Okay? You are done letting people walk on you. You're just going to do what you need to do. Then on the 6th, we have got Venus in Aries in the 10th house, sextiling Mars in Gemini in the 12th house. And you're working on things behind the scenes. And I see that you're working on more than one thing with it being in Gemini. You're multitasking behind the scenes. Okay? And you're taking action. And it has to do with something that you love and, power. You're taking back your power, whether it be financially or in love. You're aggressively going after this. It's on you. Nobody else is going to deal with it. Then on the 9th, we have got Mercury in Aries, sextiling Chiron in Aries in your 10th house. And you want to heal. Okay? You want to heal who you are. You're tired of having to deal with people that are selfish. You want employers that are more giving, but they've been self-serving and it's not doing you any good. Then on the 9th, we have got Mars in Gemini in the 12th, and that is squaring Neptune in Pisces in the 9th. There is some type of illusion you've been dealing with in a 9th house matter. Okay? That's broadcasting, advertising, trying to think of all the 9th house matters. Okay? Advertising, broadcasting, higher education, philosophies, travel, foreigners. And you've been putting in a lot of actions behind the scenes. Okay? Maybe in more than one area of these creative endeavors with the 9th house. But on this day, they're just not meshing up. Okay? don't make a decision. Excuse me, but my hair, okay? The Don't make a decision because you're really confused about what actions you should take right now. Then on the 10th, we've got Mercury in Aries in the 10th house, sextiling Saturn in Aquarius in the 8th house. You being held back in 8th house matters, whether that's in sex, taxes, other people's finances, but there's something in an 8th house matter that has been restricting you, and you are so over it, and you are now using your communication skills to communicate your own power and to communicate with your employer. You're doing it aggressively, okay? You aren't going to put up with the bull anymore. Then on the 10th, we also have Venus in Aries in the 10th, sextiling Jupiter and Aquarius in the 8th. Now those 8th house matters are being expanded, whether it be taxes, it's other people's money, okay? They're restricting you, okay, in some way from getting what you want. And well, that's Saturn, sorry, we just did that. Jupiter, it's expanding the issue, okay? You are expanding the issue about what's going on that's different, okay? That, you're just want to move forward in these intimate relationships or with other people's money. And these issues just keep expanding because people really need to look at what's going on underneath the surface. And you are, you love the people you're dealing with, but you're tired of their selfish behavior. So you're pretty much standing your ground. Then on the 11th, we've got Venus in Aries in the 10th house, squaring Pluto in Capricorn in the 7th house. Again, there's that 7th house. That's where you have been stripping away layers of things that are no longer working for you in relationships. And on this day, it's squaring up with your financial picture or your own power or with those that you love. Some more changes are on the way. Then we've got the moon conjunct the sun, our new moon in Aries on the 11th. Okay, so yes, we have a new moon happening, but again, that new moon, is in Aries, and so's Venus, and Pluto, and all of these guys. And I know Pluto's right around that mark, so he's going to be squaring off this new moon. You're going to have to deal with those relationship issues that you're having. You've got to strip away that dead wood. It's time to make a change. Now on the 13th, we've got the sun in Aries in the 10th house, sextiling Mars in Gemini in the 12th house. And Cancer, you're thinking, you're taking action behind the scenes with more than one thing. And it's going to shine a light, okay, on your employer, or it's going to shine a light on your own power, or, it could also be trying to think 10th house could be your father, okay? It's going to shine a light on your emotional issues that you have to overcome with those who think they're more powerful than you. You know, that's a self-worth issue, though. Okay, then we have got the 14th. We've got Venus entering Taurus in the 11th house. Okay, Venus loves beauty. They love all the finer things in life. Very loyal. Okay, and you've got Venus here in your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your friendships. You're a very loyal friend, Cancer. You're also, you put the effort in for your dreams and your hopes and your wishes, because you do want the finer things in life. Then on the 15th, we have got the Sun in Aries in the 10th house, okay, sextiling Jupiter in Aquarius in the 8th house. Again, Jupiter is expanding those intimate relationships that you have. What do you want? What do you want that's different in these intimate relationships? Because you're going to have to shine your own light in a way that shows your employer what you're capable of, or it shows your own power, and you're going to have to put you first and not your employer. Now, on the 16th, we've got the Sun in Aries in the 10th house. And again, we're shining our light on those issues to do with our father, our employer, or our own power. Okay? Self-confidence, how we use it. And that is sextiling Jupiter in Aquarius in the 8th house. And it's expanding those emotional, intimate relationships, because you want what's different. You want something that you've never had. And, you're going to have to do the work to make sure it happens. Now, on the 16th, we have that Sun in Aries in the 10th house, squaring Pluto in Capricorn in the 7th. Again, you're stripping away relationship issues and things that don't work in those relationships. And that I'm saying it could be with an employer, okay, or with your father, or it could also be, how others have shown you've got to look after yourself first, because that's what they've been doing. Now on the 16th or the 17th, we've got Mars in Gemini, trining Jupiter in Aquarius in the 8th house. You're taking action in more than one place when it comes to your 12th house. You're doing things behind the scenes that other people aren't aware of, and it's a good thing because it's trining Jupiter, okay, in your 8th house of your most intimate relationships. It's letting you expand them in a different way. It's letting you see relationships in a new way, and that's always a good thing. Then on the 17th, we've got Mercury in Aries in the 10th, sextiling Jupiter in Aquarius in the 8th. Okay? Now Jupiter again is expanding taxes. It could be expanding our sex life. It could be expanding other people's money in some way. Okay, but something is expanding here, and it's in a good way. And you're taking action in more than one area. So I think it's going to help you tremendously in these areas, because you're not just doing one thing behind the scenes, you're doing multiple. Now, on the 17th, we've got Mercury in Aries in the 10th house, sextiling. Oh, no, I already did Mars. Okay. Mercury in Aries in the 10th house. Okay. Squaring Pluto in Capricorn in the 7th house. Now, here, again, you're getting rid of what you don't like in relationships anymore. You're stripping away what's not working, and it's a square on this day. So there's going to be a challenge with some communications happening either with your employer or happening with how you use your own power within relationships, or how you're dealing with your father in this relationship. Now, on the 18th, okay, or 17th, depending where you're at, we've got Mars in Gemini in the 12th, in conjunct Pluto in Capricorn in the 7th. Again, the way it was described to me is an in conjunct. It's like a rock and a shoe you're never going to get rid of. You got to learn to live with the energy. And your mind working faster than your partnerships is something that you're just going to have to deal with, because your partnerships are going to do things in their own way and in their own time. Okay, now on the 18th, we have the Sun in Aries in the 10th house, conjunct Mercury in Aries in the 10th house. Okay, and on this day, that's a combust. Okay, all I can tell you is hold your tongue. Okay, but I see you arguing with an employer. Okay, you're just done with the situation. You are going to use your power to better your life, and they keep wanting you to do something that's for them, and you're not going to allow it anymore. You're going to communicate just how you're feeling. And my suggestion is hold your tongue. Okay? And the reason I say that is because the next day Mercury will enter Taurus in the 11th house, and things will get a little bit more grounded, and you'll be able to communicate in a way where everybody is going to be on the same wavelength about their hopes and wishes and dreams. So if you difference a day makes when it comes to energy. Then on the 19th, we have the Sun entering Taurus in the 11th house. And here, you're just going to be shining your light on your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your aspirations. Then on the 22nd, we've got Venus conjunct Uranus and Taurus in the 11th house. And here you're going to be going changes with the things that you love, whether it be friendships, whether it be the groups that you belong to, or your actual hopes and wishes for your dreams. There's going to be some changes happening there. Then on the 23rd, we've got Mars entering Cancer in the first house. And your energy is going to be a little bit more subdued. Okay? You're going to be focused on your family, your security, your home base. This is where your energy is going to be. It's going to be in your first house, and you're actually going to be able to get a lot done once the energy moves here. Then on the 23rd or 24th, we have Mercury conjunct Uranus in Taurus in the 11th. And you are going to start communicating with others in a different way. Okay, you're going to be more grounded about what you want and what your hopes and wishes and dreams are. More grounded about who your friends are. You're going to know which way to move. Then on the 24th or 25th, you've got Venus in Taurus in the 11th house, squaring Saturn in Aquarius in the 8th house. And you have been restricted in other people's money. You've been restricted in this area. Other people, it has to do with their money or even taxes. It could have to do with insurance. And they've been restricting you, and you have your own hopes, and your own dreams, and your own wishes that you want to fulfill. And this is something that you're going to have to overcome. Then on the 25th, we have got Mercury in Taurus in the 11th house, squaring Saturn in Aquarius in the 8th house. And again, you're being restricted, okay, with doing something different that has to do with other people's money or your taxes, insurance, all of these areas. You just being restricted, even your sex life, okay, it's been non-existent. And it's because communications have been fixed. Dreams, okay, are getting in the way. One person's hopes and dreams aren't what the other person's is. And you're going to have to communicate all of this to get it on a more firm foundation about what you want and about what they want. Then on the 26th, we have got the moon in Scorpio opposing the sun in Taurus. In the 11th is Taurus, and Scorpio is actually, I forgot to write it down, but it opposes the 11th, so it's the 5th. So you're having an ending with one of your children. You're having an ending creatively, or that has to do with the dream that you had or a group that you had, but there is an ending happening for your children. Who knows? Maybe they're going back to school, in school. And that's going to end a hope and a dream that you had for you on a material level. Then on the 27th, we've got Pluto retrograde in Capricorn in that 7th house. And again, you just been going through a lot of changes in your relationships. Then on the 29th, we have Mercury in Taurus sextiling Neptune and Pisces in the 9th. And on this day, your thoughts are going to be pretty well grounded. You know where you're at. You know where your employer's at. and you want to move towards what makes you secure. And you just got to get over the illusion that's happening in the ninth house matter of, advertising, broadcasting, government, philosophies, all of these types of things, because your philosophies probably isn't the same as theirs. Okay, and you're just going to have to deal with it, because an employer's ethics are never going to be what yours are. Now on the 30th, we've got the Sun in Taurus in the 10th, conjunct Uranus in Taurus. And what did I say? Yeah, 10th. Wait a minute. Sorry, we did that all wrong. Okay, Pluto's retrograde in the 10th. Okay, that's about your power and how you're using it. On the 29th, we've got Mercury in Taurus. In the 11th, sextiling Neptune in Pisces in the 9th. So you're communicating your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and you're doing it by the internet. You're doing it by broadcasting. Could be long distance travel, or you're doing it, you're talking to a foreigner. Somehow you're getting out those communications with your friendships about your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations. Then on the 30th, we've got the Sun in Taurus, conjunct Uranus in Taurus, and they are both in the 11th. And you're going to have changes about your dreams, your groups you belong to, your friendships, your wishes. You're invested in them, but there's got to be some changes that need to be made in order for you to realize them. So, because you want it to, pay you ultimately, and that's where you want to go with it. So just realize there's always going to be a change when it comes to taking your creative endeavor to the next level in this world. So, Cancer, you're going to go through a lot of relationship changes this month. And whether it's with your father or with your employer, there's definitely going to be some changes happening in the way you use your own power in these relationships also. Now, also, we are doing the Work Your Light Oracle cards for the month of April, Cancer. Pillar of Light, okay? Somebody else got the Pillar of Light this month too. Your vibration is rising, okay? You're not accepting behaviors that you've accepted in the past. You're the leader, okay? And I mean, when you're being asked to lead, then you've got to raise your vibration in order to lead. Okay? You can't do everything with a higher vibration for yourself. You've got to look outside of yourself, to bring this in. And Cancer, you're real good at that. Okay? You know to walk the walk, okay? You're always caring, you're always compassionate, but you can't give away your power anymore. You've got to own that power, because that's something that I've learned in my life. I always gave away my power. I thought that it wasn't a big deal. I love these people. Well, they continue to walk on you, okay? The more you allow it, the more they're going to walk on you. You've got to own your power, and change your relationships in order for them to know that you're in control of your own life, that they don't have that kind of power over you. But you can still be giving while you're doing that. Um, you know, you're learning how to communicate in a way that's going to help your partnerships, okay? They might not like what you're saying, and you really don't think that you should have to say it, but it's something that has to be said in order for you to walk into your own power. Because, I mean, if you're going to lead others, okay, then you need to walk in that power and not let others lead you, okay? Well, Cancer, all I can say is this month, it's all about your partnerships and the actions you're taking behind the scenes within these partnerships, so that you can have the intimacy in your life that you want, okay? And that's true intimacy, not always others taking and not getting back. So all I can say, Cancer, is I love you, and you can heal your power. You can take back that power in a constructive way to give you the life that you want, not what other people expect. All right, Cancer, I love you. You have a great April, and I will see you next month. Bye.